Again? What?
Well, it's episode
7.
seven.
7.
7.
As in 7 of nut. No, she's not in this one.
No. Wait, is this 7 or 8? Because we kind of mashed 2 together.
I remember 7.
This is the hour-long Riker special.
That's right.
Anyway, welcome to Can You Explain It, Picard,
That's
where we try and, well, not explain it, just more sort of nerd out.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
We have no idea what they're planning next. Well, except
Oh, we know. It's
yeah.
So
We know
okay.
that they're planning so far on killing every secondary character that they can't imagine a better story for.
They can't. Well, they're gonna kill whoever they can kill that the fans are gonna rebel over.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
But
Yeah.
Hugh kind of got me close. Oh yeah, spoilers.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Then again, I mean, you saw the clip at the beginning of the episode. You already know this happens.
Okay, so so first things first, we have to talk about he goes to Nepenthe.
Yeah, he goes through the Stargate and ends up at Riker's house.
Yep. So at Riker and Troy's house with their daughter. First of all, finally, we get nostalgia done right on the show.
It was really well done.
It was well done. There's characters we can actually connect with. We see the growth of the character, but also there seems to be some sort of relevance to the story.
And they were both dynamite in that episode.
Yes.
Like, shouts out, like, Marina Sirtis, Frakes, Jonathan Frakes. I know that he went on the internet and he was open about the fact that he had a lot of anxiety about acting. Don't. Sir, you killed it. You absolutely killed it. What a fantastic
The
performance.
internet gives you 5 points, sir.
Absolutely. Yeah.
5 points.
What a bloody fantastic.
He was Riker, but he's exactly how you would picture Riker 14 years after we left him.
Exactly. Yeah. Like he was able to call
Not
Picard.
Admiral Riker for some reason, though.
In fact, didn't they even call him Commander? I thought you were Captain of the Titan. What's going on?
Yeah, well, old habits die hard.
I guess so. Must be.
Because he last served with them when he was.
Yeah, it was a Commander. Yeah,
so
makes sense, I guess. Yeah, but I feel like everything about his character made sense. Like 7 of 9 felt like it was, hey, let's boost ratings by throwing Jerry Ryan in there, right?
You know, and we knew Jonathan Frakes and Marina Sirtis were going to be in the episode. That was always in the previews.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
So I mean, no issue there. And like, I was just getting little tired of the whole nostalgia porn of the show. But I think they finally got it to the point where we're good. We're good. I think we got it.
You've got a pre-existing relationship between the characters of Picard and Riker and Troi, and they used that relationship really well in this episode.
It also helps that we care about the characters a bit more. It's like, because the dynamic makes sense, because the dynamic between Picard and Riker and Troi, we've seen that dynamic built up over 4 movies and 7 seasons.
Right.
So
it's kind of like how 7's character development or degradation, if you will, would have made more sense if she was meeting up with Janeway after all those years,
or someone like that.
Yeah, or Chakotay.
Or if we witness more of the loss with Icheb, like that, if they had like an entire longer flashback with Icheb, you know, maybe kind of like build some more emotional tension. They only have so much time to build in, but
and that's just it. It's not called Star Trek Janeway; it's Star Trek Picard. So, and that's why 7 of 9, that character. It was. I'm sure it did boost the ratings, but
we watched it.
You could have done that with a different character. You could have written a new one.
Except now we know why she's in the show.
Yes, because Hugh, as he's dying, says you need an XB. Oh.
And who's Elrod, the Romulan elf, going to go to? The only other ex-Borg that didn't get executed on the ship.
That's right.
Apparently.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, and also huge nerd moment here. I'm actually almost starting. It's one of those things where it's so absurd that I'm starting to like it. Elnor, name of this guy, like Star Trek Legolas, basically. Elnor
Romulas
is from Tolkien. It's Elvish for star, nor walk or trek, journey. So Star Trek. Elnor is Star Trek
serious?
in J.R.R. Tolkien's Elvish. I'm not kidding. The internet basically went wild when that was. So this was a totally deliberate nod.
They need to stop. No more elves. No more elves. This is Star Trek. We've firmly established no elves.
No elves.
No supernatural.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, Star Trek was always really against the supernatural. Like they had the whole. Well, I wouldn't say really against, because he had the whole weird stuff with Chakotay, but I mean that's just doing shrooms in space.
It really was, yeah, and it was the whole
shrooms.
the whole Native American thing, which was really, really badly done.
It felt a little forced,
right? Yeah, Akuchamoya. We are far from a reason to be in this episode, far from a relevant plot point, but perhaps in this vast emptiness of character development, there is someone with the writing skills we seek.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
terrible. Well, and
Okay.
a little bit actually. You had mentioned this while we were watching as well. So Riker and Troy's daughter shows up dressed like a Native American.
Yeah. Like a little bit. Like I'm like, does this count as cultural appropriation? Because technically, it's another planet.
I mean, yeah. Well, like we're not on Earth.
Is the planet unseated?
I don't really. It's one of those things.
Okay.
Anyway,
maybe
yeah.
let's move off those politics. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk about the other thing that's happened in this episode, which is, of course, she takes the uranium.
She does.
So if we finally have an explanation, at least not a great one, but at least an explanation as to why she killed Bruce Maddox.
Because Vulcans who wear really bad dollar store sunglasses show up and send her, of all people, on an undercover mission. There was no qualifications she had whatsoever.
There was, because sending the good doctor on that mission, because this is someone Picard already trusted, at least somewhat, someone who's already in Picard's circle versus a random person coming off the street saying, hey, can I join you on your fetch quest?
I get it, but come on for a second here. Like, you're the Commodore, you're the director of Starfleet Security, and this woman has got zero covert training whatsoever. And you're going to send her on this critical undercover mission.
Maybe the mind meld, so the double mind meld thing, that was cool. I don't think we've actually seen a double mind, the two-handed mind meld since Star Trek 6. That's the last time I think I saw that.
Yep.
When Spock tried to do that.
Hang on, Tuvok did it once.
Yeah?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
He did it to Kess shortly before she left the ship.
Right.
Try to regain control.
Okay, no. I think the forced one, though.
Yeah, that was like what we saw today. That was...
It was a forced mind meld.
It was a mind rape. I think that was a rape.
Yeah, I think it was a violation.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely a violation.
I mean, she asked permission first and then just grabbed her head and went crazy. So I don't...
If it didn't work for Gian Gameshi, it doesn't work for Vulcans.
Yeah.
Deep cut.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're getting in trouble for this episode, aren't we?
Demonetized.
Okay.
Demonetized.
There's like 10 people watching. Even if all of them send us $1, it's not going to even pay for the electricity it took to run the computer.
Are we going to start a Patreon at some point?
We need better equipment. So anyway, at least we got a bit of an explanation behind the killing of Bruce Maddox.
Yes.
And behind some of the erratic behavior, which you can explain with mind melds, because with the mind meld we've seen that can cause some pretty erratic stuff to happen. So, I mean, a little bit the Katra being stuck, et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, it's...
Well, and he also convinced her that if she did not destroy the synth or help them find so they could destroy the synth, that life on Earth would be wiped out, like circa what happened on Mars. I get that.
Yeah.
So, in that sense...
And it must have been a really powerful vision because you're seeing everything kind of being flashed. And so it makes me wonder if... if that what's her face, the head of Starfleet Security,
yes,
I wonder if that's a vision that was given to her. So I think there's some sort of other, like, I love seeing like Vulcan subplots too, because those are always very interesting to me, because Vulcans, because you see that in Enterprise, and I think they kind of underplayed it a bit.
Okay.
That was like the entire plot of blah 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 in Enterprise, but that was one part of Enterprise I actually found interesting, with like the politics behind the Vulcans and Andorians and that sort of thing. Like, a lot of the peace, love, hippie, logical people are actually dicks.
But see, and my thoughts about like Vulcan politics or whatever, it does come up a little bit in Star Trek Discovery. And so they're playing it up a little bit there. But then I also remember this Vulcan in Gambit, season 7 of Star Trek Next Generation, who's assembling some thought-based super weapon. And that was it wasn't a terrible episode, except that the main villain ultimately turned out to be really weak at the end. But the interactions of the characters were fantastic in that episode.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we are running short on time here.
Yes.
And time sort of flies. We're having fun here.
It does.
Okay, so major plot points that happened. Of course, we get some actual momentum happening. So not just nostalgia, actual momentum happening.
Yep. They wasted Hugh. Keyword wasted.
Hugh's dead. We've got some motivation behind Maddox's killing.
Yep.
We kind of dig a little bit more into Raffi's personality, which I actually appreciated a bit. Yeah. All right, predictions. Next episode.
Agnes will survive.
Agnes will survive.
Yep. She's in a coma now, but she's going to survive. The doctor's going
to... They're not shy about killing people. They would have killed her by now.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, but she's either going to survive or she's going to survive long enough for them to figure out what's going on, and then she's going to die. Yeah, but I feel like she's going to survive. I think she's a main enough character that they're going to keep her around.
I think they're going to address what happened with EMH too at that point too.
I also, not next episode, probably not for several episodes, if not into next season or the season
10 episodes
after. But we're not done with Riker.
No, I don't think so.
I
well,
no, there was that whole conversation between just like, what about you coming back into active service? Have you ever thought of shipping out again? Oh, it'd have to be a very good reason. I'm like,
okay.
You mean like if your friend Picard is in trouble?
He's going to show up with the Titan.
With the Titan, yeah, exactly.
Or Enterprise-y.
Yeah,
or F.
Or F, or J, yeah, whatever it is. I mean, do you remember in All Good Things when Riker shows up in the Enterprise D with a third nacelle on it?
Yeah, it
and
was stupid.
Blows up. Yeah,
they had a part kit and
they did
together.
Yeah, which it wasn't a great model. And for that matter, I think that what we saw of the Enterprise D in Star Trek Generations was a much better send off for that vessel.
Riker crashed the ship.
Troi.
He was in command.
Troi was at the helm.
Riker was
Twice.
in command. Riker was in command.
Only twice was Troi at the helm.
Who gets in trouble when a naval ship crashes?
Actually, Picard would have been court-martialed for that.
Well, yeah, sure.
He would have been. He wasn't even on the vessel at the time. Doesn't matter.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Troy's at the helm. She totals it. Crashes the ship into the planet.
But he did a saucer separation. Why didn't they eject the core? Eject the core.
The only other time Troy's at the helm is on the Enterprise E in battle with Shinzon. She takes the helm, and what does she do? Crash the ship into Shinzon. She has only driven twice.
All right.
Don't let Troi drive.
Don't let Troi drive. All right, we're out of time here. So we just want to say thank you so much for watching. Remember, smash that like button. We're new to the internet, and we'll see
something
you next
doobly
time.
do.
Yeah, doobly do. Yes, they shouldn't let her drive.
They should do not let her drive. That doesn't work.